What's poppin', guys? Peyton Snakeback here again for another DVD and Blu-ray update for you guys. It's been about a month since my last one. Summer this year has been very crazy, so not many stuff I've watched. So I tried my best. I got 8 movies, 6 Blu-rays, 2 DVDs, one of them being from Germany, one of them being from Canada, and a steelbook. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So 6 Blu-rays and 2 DVDs. So the first one here I got on DVD. This is one, I was hearing nothing but good things about this one. I did not really care for this one that much. I don't know. I didn't really understand it, but it was called SKINAMARINK here on Blu-ray. This is the steelbook. And the Walmart actually had. They did it. They did the same thing with the VHS 99, which I reviewed in the last. I believe it was the last update. Um, which I thought that was way better than this. But which I honestly thought it was kind of like a found footage movie. Not exactly. It's really hard to explain, but it has to do like these. I think the children has to do with these children, and their father ends up going missing. And there's like these weird, creepy images that it shows. It's very strange. So I don't know. I did not really like this one that much. I think the only feature you get on here is I think it's a commentary. I think I don't know because there's nothing really on the back. But of course, you open it up and you get some images right there, and it comes with the Blu-ray and the DVD, of course. But this was one that was a Shudder original, so but it is on Shudder if you guys want to check that out. The next one here I got. This is one I actually really enjoyed. Even though Nev Campbell wasn't in this one, she wasn't in this one because I think it was like a money issue or something. Her and the new directors, Radio Silence, couldn't agree with like with money or something. But it was a Scream 6 here on Blu-ray. The new Scream. What's interesting about this one is, this it doesn't take place in Woodsboro this time. This time it actually takes place in New York City, which, when this came out, it actually kind of reminded me a bit of, the Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which weirdly enough, they actually mentioned that in this movie. There was like a scene where this guy was watching that movie, and weirdly enough, they had that one scene in it. But this is basically the survivors from the last movie, Scream 5, and it's them in New York. I think it's they're at a college in New York, and it's the murders are starting to happen again. They're trying to figure out who this murderer is now, and of course the Kirby character is back in this one, which surprised me because I thought, spoiler alert, I thought she died in the fourth one, but but I actually do like these ones. Or this one a lot. I loved all the screams. But hopefully we get to see a part 7. I don't know. I was very surprised that this was announced like very quick because I know Scream 5 was supposed to come out a long time ago, but of course Wes Craven. You know, and I have to say though, I give the new directors, Radio Silence, a lot of credit for these new movies. Yeah, but that is Scream 6 here finally out on Blu-ray. I think it came out last week, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't remember when that came out. The next one here I got. This is actually a bootleg. I actually ordered this one from eCrater. And I ended up getting this one now because it's been announced that, 3's going to be coming out. Unfortunately, I think it's only coming out from Disney Plus, but it's Hocus Pocus 2 here on Blu-ray. Of course, it is a Blu-ray bootleg, so it's kind of like black on the back. Which at first I thought I had to sell this one because when I play it, it is not in English. It's actually in I think it's Japanese or Chinese. I don't know what language it was speaking, but I didn't know if I was able to change the audio because it was a bootleg. But I put it in again and I tried that, and surprisingly enough, it worked. So, but this is basically kind of like 29 years after the events of the first movie, and it has to do with these new group of kids. Um, and they go to the Sanderson house, which is now again kind of like I think it's like a store now, I believe, and it's them lighting up the candle, and then once again the three witches end up coming back to life. And what was really ashamed about this, um, the original kids didn't come back in this one. They're supposed to be coming back in the new one, the third movie that comes out. So that's why I was going to get it eventually, but I ended up getting it now. Trying to give it another rewatch because I have a feeling that the new director, um, I think the original one, I think was directed by Mick Garris. I'm not sure, but I feel like they were trying to do something with this. So I don't know what they were trying to do exactly, but they were trying to do something. But that is Hocus Pocus 2 on Blu-ray. It's in good Blu-ray quality, by the way. And not, of course, like this one, of course, is not nothing perfect whatsoever. Of course, I love the original one a little bit better, but it's worth watching. The next one here I got, I just actually watched this one last week, or a week and a half ago. I'm sorry, in anticipation for the new movie or the new remake that comes out this Friday. But it's the Haunted Mansion, the Eddie Murphy one here on Blu-ray, and this is one I never actually really seen before. It was actually my first time, to be quite honest. I always remember playing the video game that came out from the PlayStation 2. I remember playing that so much. I want to actually play that again though. But it's Eddie Murphy. He's like a real estate agent, and he ends up finding about the haunted mansion. Of course, I think he was gonna either he was gonna buy it or he was gonna sell it. I can't remember what he was doing, but he finds out at the haunted mansion. Him and the family, his wife and I think two kids go there, and kind of like the bad things start happening at the haunted mansion. But really, really effective movie. I actually do really enjoy this one. It gets a lot of negative reviews. I read. I don't know why, but I actually thought it was pretty neat. I can't wait to see the new one. But of course, Jennifer Tilly plays what was the character's name? Madam, I can't remember. But she plays like the woman in the crystal ball. She was very good in this one. I've always liked Jennifer Tilly. The next one here I got. This is one I reviewed this one. About a few years ago. It was supposed to come out. It was supposed to go. It was supposed to be released theatrically back in 2016. I don't know why. There was so many problems with this release of this movie. And it eventually came out in 2019, but not in theaters. Maybe in a couple theaters. Maybe it was very limited, but I don't know. But it came out to DVD. It was from Vertical Entertainment, and I did find a region-free Blu-ray of this. This is the German release of the movie Polaroid here on Blu-ray. This is one I've been wanting to kind of see for quite some time. I mean, I've seen it when it came out on DVD a few years ago, but I loved watching it again. I totally forgot how fun this one was. Again, another movie that gets bad reviews. It's 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know why. I actually thought it was kind of cool. Mainly, it kind of reminded me of that. It was kind of like the episode of Goosebumps, the Say Cheese and Die. One about the evil camera. But this was a girl. I think she works at an antique store. I think, and she finds this. I think her friend ends up finding this camera at at a yard sale. This very old Polaroid camera, and she ends up using it and taking pictures with it. But when she takes pictures with it, there's like this little black kind of like figure in these pictures, and of course, when she takes these pictures, bad stuff starts happening. It was really effective and really well done. I thought. I really did enjoy this one. No features on this one, but again, this is a German. This is the German Blu-ray, and it is region free, so which that means it'll work in any kind of Blu-ray player, no problem. But yet, Polaroid on Blu-ray. The last one on Blu-ray I got. I actually just got done watching the last episode of this. But I've always really liked the show, and I get it. I get why there's always a lot of hate when it comes to this season and then season 9. I understand it. Well, I don't know why they hate season 9, but I understand why a lot of people did not really like 8 that much. But I actually enjoyed 8. I liked how it was a little bit different. But it was the X-Files, the complete 8th season here on Blu-ray. And of course, this is the one where they introduced the character John Doggett. I forgot what his name is, but I know he was like the guy from Terminator 2. Um, but this mainly has to do with like, because in this season it's mainly David Duchovny, Mulder. He's barely even in the season at all. He's like only in a couple episodes. It's basically the whole concept of the season is it's it continues right where the last episode of season 7 ended off, and it's them trying to find Mulder. Mulder has been abducted by aliens. They couldn't find him, and and it's this new guy that's working for the FBI, the John Doggett character. I really thought the season was cool. I loved pretty much some of the episodes. I will admit was a little bit boring, but other than that, though, I mean, I do like this one for what it was. I liked how it was different. All right, now on to the DVDs. This is the Canadian release on DVD. Which I know my mom has an old VHS of this, and she found a bootleg of it on a DVD bootleg of it, and I actually found out a few months ago that they did an actual release of it on DVD in Canada, but it was a movie here called The Twists of Terror, which is an anthology horror movie I actually really enjoyed. To me, it felt like it was kind of like copying a little bit of the movie, another anthology movie called After Midnight, which is another movie I highly recommend. That one I grew up with, but there's 3 stories on here. It mainly has to do with like this guy. I think he was like a homeless guy or something, and he's like reading the newspapers, and the newspapers that he's reading, it's basically the stories. There's 3 stories. The first one has to do with that has Jennifer Rubin, who was in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and she was also in The Crush. It was mainly that was mainly her and her I think her boyfriend or her husband. They have car trouble, and they end up coming across this guy in this van, and of course the guy in the van is crazy. The second one was about this guy getting attacked by his dog, and he's getting help from this clinic he comes across. The third one, again, I actually watched this about a month ago, so I don't remember a little bit about the third one. Okay, I think I do a little bit. It was that one was about where this girl was trying to find a date, and I think it was at the time where before we had like the internet and those online datings. It was one of those ones where you watch a VHS and you see like the hot date on there, something like that. But it was her trying to find a date, and that ends up going wrong, something like that. I can't really remember, but this was actually a TV movie that came on. I don't know what channel, but actually really well effective and well done. The last one here I got this again. This is a DVD I'm going to sell. It's a low budget indie British slasher movie called the Redwood Massacre here on DVD. I think they did a part 2. If I'm not mistaken, that part 2 had Danielle Harris in it. I'm not 100% sure, but this was kind of like a group of these friends, and camping in the woods, and they come across to like this guy who's taking them out one by one. But it was all right. It was one of those Dollar Tree ones from Uncorked Entertainment. But that is it for this DVD and Blu-ray update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.